Welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim here at Trippy Comms. I'm RJ, joined up with Justin.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Justin? We are here in Riften, trying to join the Thieves Guild. Darth Trippy is getting pretty powerful these days, and hopefully by joining the Thieves Guild they can give us some new resources, maybe some powers or something, to make us even more powerful. They have given us a quest here. Apparently we have to go to some of the local businesses and, well, basically extort them.
Yeah, a little mafia action within Riften here. Doing some bitch work for the Thieves Guild guys in charge. But, you got to start at the bottom.
Really, these guys are proving that they're not capable of doing it themselves, so they need Darth Trippy in this case to come in and do it for them. They have given us orders that they don't want us to kill anyone, so that's really something we would normally be contemplating doing. We'd say, hey, let's just go kill them and take their money. In this case, we have to try to keep them alive if possible.
Yeah, you got to be smart about it. The Thieves Guild, really helps you later on in the game.
All right, we're gonna have to try to talk this lady into this.
Helga.
We have a message from the thieves.
I already explained to him that you can't get blood from a stone.
Okay, she's claiming that she is broke, apparently. We don't want to brawl her immediately. It might come to that. We don't want to beat up a female. That's really
no, definitely not
the number one choice.
I'll pay next month.
She might be giving us no other option here, Justin.
We've run out of patience.
What's the point of paying anyway? Your outfit can't even fend for itself. I could do better.
Okay, get to the point. Give us the money.
I'm not paying you people a single
She's not gonna pay us a single coin.
Well, fortunately, it's time for a power bomb.
Now, the thing is, I noticed, I could be wrong about this, but there's really not much you can do here. So, unfortunately, what we have to do, Justin, is reload it and choose Brawl. We'll see you guys there. Then you'll pay in more than just coin.
Ha! We'll see about that.
Not too sure why Helga thinks she could take on Darth Trippy. We shall find out. This is a pretty interesting dynamic here in Skyrim, this whole brawl thing. It usually takes a while.
Yeah.
As punching is not very powerful. What do you think about this? I think it's odd. I think, they should have made it to where you lose a lot more life. This is kind of stupid.
I do like it. I definitely thought it was a cool aspect to the game, but you're right in that it takes a little too long, and obviously this isn't realistic. Nor would we ever condone this. But
I know, right?
I'm surprised they would add this to the game. That's a little shocking. I mean,
it is controversial.
Yep.
Nonetheless, hey, the game tells us to beat up Helga. We have no choice but to do so.
I am sorry, Helga.
Uh-oh. I accidentally stole something of hers this time.
Damn coin and get out of here. Watch what you're doing.
It appears it was only a bounty of 1 coin, so hopefully that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Well, we did our job. We got the money. It's on to the next one. Alright, let's see where we're off to next. I should mention, we're also going to show you guys a really cool secret here in Skyrim. You're going to have to go to a northern city where you can find a very nice supply of valuables. So we'll show that off for you guys. It's definitely a key thing to do if you want to get ahead in the game. It gives you pretty much free money. Let's see where we're heading off to. We have the Pond Prawn.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see what we have to beat up or who we have to beat up next.
Pond Prawn.
Hopefully they just give us the money.
Fond of the shrimp, eh?
So, can I interest you in anything
Ooh,
today?
Mr. Honeyhand.
What? Oh, it's one
Of you people. Yeah, so it seems like the townsfolk here, they're not really scared of the Thieves Guild.
Not at all.
The Thieves Guild has lost their luster from, there is lore of them being, in a kind of a golden age, and now they're on the downslide. So you're the link to them getting back to prominence.
Don't fool
Yeah, it's interesting. Nobody has any respect for the thieves at all. Let's go right to brawl. Let's not even try to mess around with it.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
All right, bald guy, time to beat your ass. I don't know. Kind of looks like Al Borland a little bit.
Al Borland. Well,
I don't know.
Al Borland? You mean minus hair and a beard?
Yeah, that's true. Al Borland does have that thick beard. How could I forget?
He reminds me of the Princess Bride actor, the little, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Classic movie. All right, you've lost already. Now, these are some easier brawls. There are some more difficult ones you can find throughout Skyrim. So that's really what we mean when we complain that it takes a little bit too long. In this case, it's really not too bad at all.
No. Not at
And
all.
we beat his ass.
Pay up, buddy.
friendly now. After all,
Well done. Good choice. All right, one more to go. Where to next? Oh, don't have to go too far at all. The Bee and Barb. Now, I think I remember this one. I'm pretty sure we're going to be facing off with an Argonian.
Uh-oh.
And the Argonians are a little bit tougher here. They even fight a little dirty. But it will be another female Argonian from what I remember. Here she is. Kariva.
Room or something to drink? Look, everything was all just a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to.
Maybe not. Maybe she'll just give us the money.
You'll tell
She
him
seems
I'm sorry.
pretty apologetic. She reminds me of that show Dinosaurs. Remember that?
I
Oh.
swear it.
Not the baby.
A classic
Oh, man.
staple of early 90s television.
Jeez. One of the greatest sitcoms of all time. You know, you have Seinfeld. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Friends.
Yeah, Friends, and of course
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Classic. They need to really do a reboot of that one. All right, well, nice to see she was willing to give us the money without beating her ass.
I think she's getting the hint. Maybe she already heard
Yeah.
gossip about us beating up Helga.
News travels fast here in Riften. So we did our job. Now we can head back down to the Rat Way. We're back. Hopefully they give us a little bit of respect around here.
Stay out of trouble.
Dirge,
Last person
what's
to
up
make
with you?
trouble
What's
for
up, man?
ended up with
Why
a
do they call you
They call me
Dirge?
Dirge, because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground.
Okay.
You think it's funny or something?
So what exactly is a dirge then?
Oh, yeah?
Dirge.
I think so too. You're pretty smart.
Well, whatever. Glad he's on our side.
Hey, on the house.
Thank you, Dirge. And let's get out of here.
Have a beer.
Let's take a seat and talk to our man Brynjolf here.
so.
Let's see if he
job's done and
rewards
you
us
drop
with
the
something
ball.
good.
Best of all, you did it.
Well done.
And it would seem I owe you something in return.
All right.
Here you go. I think you'll find these quite useful.
300 and a bunch of potions. All right. Not too useful, Justin.
No, that was a beginner mission. Can't expect too much reward yet.
I remember the last time I played this mission, I accidentally spent the money that I extorted from the shopkeepers there. And when I came back, they were like, good job, but you spent the money. Come back when you get
I
it.
think you'll do more than just fit in around here. What's on your mind? We've run into a rough patch lately, but it's nothing. to
Just
be
a rough
concerned
patch.
A rough patch.
We're living in the sewers, but it's just a little bit of a rough patch.
Darth Trippy will get you out of the rough patch there. But
about.
I have to say, we have plans in taking over the Thieves Guild. Justin, in the last episode, I was joined up with Mike.
Yeah.
And Mike sounded like he wanted to take over the guild.
Yeah, I saw that it was a great episode, man, and I completely agree. I would love to see Darth Trippy take over the guild.
Now, we will return to the Thieves Guild. We have some other stuff we want to do first. We want to head up to Dawnstar. Like I said, there is a secret chest that you can find there, which gives you some pretty cool stuff. So we'll check that out. We also wanted to go visit Winterhold. Of course, the College of Winterhold is where you can find a lot of free soul gems. So definitely key in enchanting and doing all that. You need to get those soul gems because every time you enchant, you get a lot of experience. And in fact, that's one of the things I feel gives you the most experience altogether. So we'll make sure to do that. And I guess we will head outside of the city where we can find a carriage which will take us to really any of the other major cities around Skyrim. We can use that to head to Dawnstar, and we'll check that area out. It's a lot different than the area we're in right now, where you have a fall setting. We'll be heading up into the winter atmosphere of northern Skyrim. Here is the carriage right outside the front gate of the city, so not hard to find at all. This is the first time we're going to use one of these guys in this playthrough, Justin. I actually use them quite a bit. It's real nice to skip the voyage across the map, which can be pretty deadly.
Yeah, as did I. They were quite useful.
They're not even expensive. I mean, 50 gold, that's nothing.
Drop in the bucket.
Right on the top, you have Dawnstar. We will climb in the back and head off to a new city. This one's not really a major city. There's no wall protecting it or anything like that. So it's really just about heading to check out the secret chest. And we'll also see what else is going on while we're there. Here we are in Dawnstar. Like I said, it's a lot different than the areas we've explored before. This is really our first voyage to the northern ends of the map. You feel like you're in Alaska or, of course, Canada around here. There's definitely some reasons to come to Dawnstar. A lot of times dragons will come. Oh, and in the nick of time, just as I mention it, dragons like to come and attack this area for some reason. We did expect it. We talked about it off screen. And sure enough, here he is. Hopefully he doesn't give us too much trouble. And we can get some dragon bones while we're here. I believe there is a shop somewhere here. We'll have to track that down because we're going to want to sell some items, especially because we're going to get some more items from the secret chest. Justin, I know we destroyed a dragon a couple episodes back without any problems. How did you fare against the dragons in your playthrough? I know some of them are easy, but you definitely encounter some pretty difficult ones the further you go on in the game.
Yeah, it took me a while to really pick up on it, but there are different levels of dragons apparently. So, no problem with the easier ones. It was a challenge later on, but the bow approach, the ranged attack, that was always my method.
Definitely key. And that's why we upgraded our ability here in this playthrough so early, just to take on these dragons. And, I mean, there are some other bosses that you're going to have to attack from far distance, but in this case, we're definitely going to want to use the bow to keep a safe distance from the dragon. Yeah, it has deadly breath.
Oh, that it does, man. Stay away from the fire. Once my character got strong enough, though, I would wait until he would land near me and, switch it up and get in some pretty strong melee attacks.
This one looks like it might have some ice breath. You can kind of tell that it's a weaker dragon just because it's called dragon. A lot of the dragons have their own unique name. There's different types. You have the blood dragon and all kinds that you will see here. In fact, I know when we get to the Dragonborn DLC, I think there's new types that even I have yet to fight off against. So that should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it should be, man. The previews looked great. I never got around to playing it, and I know you have it, and it's just a matter of time before we get to cover that as well.
Yeah, we got to bulk up Darth Trippy, take out some of the main missions here in Skyrim before we voyage out into some other areas. You can see a pretty creepy looking tower up there. We'll head there as well at some point. An interesting mission where you have a wizard or somebody who is infiltrating the dreams of the townsfolk here in Dawnstar. So all these guys are having nightmares every night. Not good at all. Where did the dragon go? Is it attacking a goat or something, as they often do? I'm not even seeing a red blip on the radar, Justin. Did you see which direction it went?
Yeah, I think he was heading southwest over there behind you. Maybe he's just taking a breather. You were kicking his ass there.
Perhaps he actually realizes
He might have fled.
Yeah, we are the Dragonborn, and we are not to be trifled with. Wow, that's something else. Well, we couldn't finish the job, unfortunately. What the hell? Oh
Yeah.
well.
Not missing out on much there. Obviously, the dragon bones
Yeah.
come in handy
True.
later when we'll be crafting, custom armors and such.
Yeah, a lot later. It's gonna take a while.
It takes a while, but
And it's heavy too, So
It is.
you got to worry about if you can actually carry them, and once you do grab them, you got to directly go to a shop or at least some place where you can store them.
go to one of your houses. I had a house that was just completely filled to almost to the brim with dragon bones. I mean, it was. So whenever I was crafting later in the game, I'd just go there to the reserve and grab a couple.
And we'll do that too. I feel like you don't have to do that immediately in the playthrough,
Oh,
but
no.
we'll do that soon enough.
That's the a much later phase of the playthrough.
For sure. One thing that is really useful about Dawnstar is there are 2 caves, or 2 mines. The other mine, I believe, is the only one where you can find Quicksilver. It's on the opposite side of town, so that's crucial when it comes to forging. We'll be probably working on our light armor, and we'll eventually make it up to glass armor. If you see here, Justin, there is no chest to be found, but it does say search chest. Let's see what's inside. A treasure trove. Dwarven bow of cowardice. Thank you. A couple amethysts. I mean, this stuff is really good. And very valuable, of course.
Damn, yeah. It kind of seems like that it's just like an inventory from like a trader or something. What an awesome find. I did not know about this, and you told me about it, and I'm going to go home and crank this game on and check it out on the new character I'm working on then.
God, look at this.
What a great find.
Greater soul gems. We got some coinage and plenty of good stuff. Iron ore, definitely. Some soul gems so we can practice enchanting. Ooh, moonstone ore. Very nice. Poison. It's worth a pretty good amount of money. Potion of healing. Always necessary. Plenty of good stuff in here, so I'm really not sure the point of this. I know it could be, like you said, perhaps just an inventory of a character that's placed in some sort of a chest off
Right.
to the beaten path.
Is it a glitch? Is it intentional? You would think by now,
That's the question.
almost 3 years later, after the game came out, they would have discovered this and solved it, and they haven't. So maybe it's a little Easter egg kind of thing that they're leaving there.
I think it is. I think a lot of RPGs have little hidden things to where you're probably not going to find it on your own, but if you do find it, you hit the jackpot. And if you want to look up secrets, it's a good way to, I don't want to say make the game easier, but it certainly is a good way to assist you, that's for sure.
But it also makes second or third playthroughs that much more interesting. If you do one playthrough that's kind of just straight through, and then you do a later one where you do a lot more exploring and you're looking for the secrets and the glitches you can exploit.
Definitely. So yeah, we grabbed a bunch of stuff, not shabby at all. Let's see, we are a little bit too overweight here. Not too bad. Let's see if we can drop one more thing. A basket. We don't need that. Let's see here what we have that we can drop. Aha. Yeah, good enough. Mammoth tusk. I know it's worth a decent amount of money, but now we can be free to walk around full speed. Let's go ahead and show you guys one more thing on the opposite side of Dawnstar, as there is a useful cave. We're not going to go into it yet, but as we start to craft and smith some brand new armor, specifically the glass armor, it's going to be a place we really need to go to. It's kind of hidden over here.
Yeah.
Oh, caught up on a fence there, jumped over that. Got the, looks like the soldiers, the troops here in the town, walking around, making sure there is no danger. I'm not sure where that dragon went. So here you have the Quicksilver Mine. Very useful. As I said, I think it is the only Quicksilver Mine in the game.
Yeah, it's
Could be wrong
it's
about
the
it.
only one I've seen, and it's not a, it's very scarce, put it that way. So it's hard to find Quicksilver, and
Definitely.
that's a place you want to.
It's expensive.
Yes, it is.
All right, now we are pretty much at full capacity here. So we're going to have to head to Whiterun. We'll sell all of our access equipment. And we also have a bunch of items that we need to enchant as well. So that's going to upgrade us, possibly even upgrading our level altogether. And we can, of course, learn some new enchantments that we can put on our items. We're going to have to get some new armor pretty soon. So we'll be grinding our blacksmithing ability off screen. And in the next episode, we will definitely be upgrading Darth Trippy, as we have some important things to do. We have to go recover the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. We also want to check out Winterhold. Winterhold does have some soul gems, so we'll probably visit that in an upcoming episode as well.
And also continue on with the Thieves Guild missions. They really start to get interesting after a while. And what I love about those missions are you start doing missions in the different major cities in Skyrim, and then in the end, you end up getting really great items after finishing like the major mission in each city, like Dawnstar or Windhelm.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode. Make sure to stay tuned. We will be doing a lot more things here, getting our character pretty powerful, and getting into a lot more craziness, as there are so many really epic missions to do in this game, and we've barely scratched the surface of Skyrim.
And more teabagging.
More teabagging. Stay trippy, guys.